Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me okay? All
Yeah.
right, great. Yeah, thanks so much for being here. I know for East Coasters and maybe there's others who are, it's even later for them. I know it's kind of late on a Saturday, but really great to see you all. Great to be here. My name's Hannah. I'm a designer at Flick. I've also worked at the MIT Media Lab as an undergraduate researcher, so it's really great to be back in the community helping out with an amazing hackathon. Zoe, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Hi everyone, I'm Zoe. I'm co-founder of the Flickart. I'm also the last year Best Visual winner. So happy to see all you guys here. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Just for the sake of time, I think we should go straight into it. So what we're going to do today is give you guys just a basic rundown of Flick, getting to know our different features, how to use it to create your films. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'll try my best to get everything done within I think we have about 15 minutes with some questions at the end. So I'll definitely be keeping that in mind.
It's
All
okay
right.
if you take because we started late, so it's okay if
Mhm.
you have few more minutes like longer than that. It's okay.
Okay. Cool. And then let's see, I'm full screen, so I can't really see all of you right now. So just feel free to interrupt me if you have any questions as I'm going along, because it'll be pretty quick as we're going through everything. But yeah, right now I'm logged into my Flick account, so I'm on my projects page. These are all my different projects, but we're gonna go ahead and create a new one in the top corner. All right, so first, before we get straight into our canvas, you're going to go ahead and select your visual style. So it's really great because Flick has a lot of different styles you can choose from, very diverse range. We have a lot to choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and click this first one just for now. Also, if you want to upload your own visual style, let's say you have an image that you want to use, or you create one in Flick that you want to establish as the foundation for your whole canvas, you can also add it and create my own style and upload your own image. So that's one option. I'm going to use that one. And then you're going to choose your aspect ratio. I'm going to keep it at landscape. All right, great. So now we're on our canvas. Just for a quick overview of the canvas, in our top corner, if you'd like to change your style, you can go ahead and do that here. And then you can also change your aspect ratio. And then I'm going to title this project as Hackathon Workshop. Cool. On our left side, we have our toolbar. I'm going to go over each of them in just a minute, but this is kind of a main navigation point for you to use. And then on our right side, we have our chat. I think this is just a really great resource, especially right now. I'm sure many of you are still kind of brainstorming and ideating exactly what you want your film to be. So I think utilizing the chat is a really great option to help you brainstorm a story, help you get started with using our features, building out your characters, getting inspiration, all of that you can do right here, conversing in our chat. You can also upload your own script if you have that in another document, and then that'll be pasted right inside your canvas, which is really helpful as well. All right, so to get started, how about we make an image first? So over on my toolbar, I'm going to hover over the plus sign and let's generate an image. So right now I have this node pop up, and when I select it, I can describe the image that I want to generate. So how about we do create an image of a young man drinking a mug of coffee on the streets of Paris. And this is a pretty general prompt, I would say, but you can get as descriptive as you'd like, or as general as you'd like. And then I can also choose the kind of model I want to use. My preference is Nano Banana Pro, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. We can see our resolution, what kind of output we'd like, and then also our style at the bottom. And let's go ahead and generate that. So that's one way to create an image. If we want to do it another way, we can go directly in our text note. And then here I can type in the same prompts. So I'm going to copy and paste it. And then we can generate an image directly from this text block. You can see that the prompt popped up right here. We can choose our model and generate that as well. I also like to use the text notes when I'm building out and just kind of getting my ideas all onto the canvas and organizing. So for example, I can create another one. And let's say with this image, I want to add a note to myself, like add audio to this later. And then that's just a great way to stay organized, leave my thoughts on the canvas along with my different images and videos. So as this is loading, how about I show you guys also adding sections to our canvas. So what I can do here is drag out our section, and then anything that's inside of it, let's say I'm going to drop my image in here. Once I select it, it all becomes one. Again, I imagine when you're building out your film, you're going to have a lot of different scenes, lots of images on your canvas. This is just a good way to stay organized. I can label it with something like scene one and then have a lot of different sections as well built out. So now we have our first image. I think this is looking pretty cool. I'm going to make some edits to this though. So when we hover over, you can see we have a lot of different options, as well as if I double click my image, we can get a full rundown of the information of it from our model, the prompt. We can see our style, which is pretty helpful. But for editing an image, which I think is a pretty important feature that we'll need to use during filmmaking, I'm going to click Edit and Merge. And then here, I think this function is pretty much you can take control of how you want your images to be generated and edited from the original image. So I'm going to say a few things. First of all, create the image so that there's only one man at the table. Let's say remove the Eiffel Tower in the background and have the man wear a denim jacket. Again, I can pick my model. Here we go. Here's our other image. And then from here, I'm going to also show you guys some other ways that you can customize and really take full control of your images. So what we can do is we can change our style. So if we click down here, we're able to recreate in a different style. We can also change the angle. So let's say I wanted a little bit different of a composition, then I can describe the desired angle or perspective in the prompt. I can also click configure, and it's going to take me to this up here where I can directly take control of exactly where or how I want the camera angle to be placed, which is pretty helpful. I can also adjust it through this sidebar as well. Let's keep it at something like this and apply it. All right, cool. So now we can see, looks like it didn't edit out this one man. So I'm just gonna edit it again and say, remove the man on the left. Keep the man on the right. All right, cool. So we have our images generated and you can see we changed the camera angle, which is pretty cool. That's a quick rundown on images, but I'm gonna show you guys how to create an audio directly in Flick. So if I go to my plus sign, I'm gonna do generate dialogue. And then on the pop-up here, I can select a voice. And we have a lot of different voices to choose from, which is really great. You can definitely explore all that we have. To help me out, I'm going to click English as my language and then assign it as male. And then I'm going to pick a voice that I prefer. All right, Albert sounds good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And now I can type in the lines that I want to use. So how about we have him say, what's a beautiful day? And then I can also describe exactly how I want him to deliver this line. So I'll say something like restful, happy, calm. Another thing is that let's say we have this image that we want to add audio to and we want these two guys to be talking to each other. We can do add speaker and then have multiple voices going back and forth all within the same dialogue node, which is helpful. All right, I'm going to generate this. And then now I'm going to show you guys how we can create our video. So pretty much in Flick, what you're going to do is create your image first and then turn that into your video. So I can take this guy and we can see now the second guy is removed. I'm going to hover over and click generate video. Now I can type in exactly how I want the video to be created. I'll say something like, the man takes a sip of coffee and closes his eyes and sighs with satisfaction. I can also click my video model that I'd like to use. I'm a fan of Kling03. I'm going to use that. We can change the resolution, the duration of it, and then we can also choose if we want audio or not. I think this is kind of helpful because, as you can see, adding audio adds a little more credits. I'm going to use audio for this example. And then we can see that our audio is created here. So let's take a look. Cool, I'm liking it. So this is one way to create a video. And then another way is that we can directly connect our audio to the image. So if I hover over video again, I can click character dialog. And now I have my character image here. I'm going to click audio, select my audio here, and then describe how I want it to be created. So I'll say, man delivers the audio and closes his eyes and smiles. All right, now we have that going. I would say videos take a little bit longer to generate. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to show you guys some other features on
We
our
can't
Canvas.
we can't hear your audio.
Oh, okay. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I think
Probably need to
we can hear
you wearing
you.
the like earphone, so probably need to like put off the earphone.
Okay.
Uh, I think you need to reshare your screen with the audio.
Okay.
We can
Um,
we can
oh,
hear a voice. We can hear a voice, but
okay.
not the music.
I see. Okay, I'm gonna put my headphones on just because to get rid of background noise. Thanks for letting me know that. Let me go ahead and
Yeah,
I'll
I
stop.
think you need to like reshare screen and there's a click with the sound.
I see. Okay. Let me go ahead and try that now. Okay. Hopefully this works. Let me see. Can you guys hear this?
What a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so that was the audio. I'm glad that's working now. Thanks for letting me know. Um, so, oh, it looks like this didn't deliver. Let me run it again. So this is our image connected to audio, but it looks like our image or our video directly from our image loaded. So let's take a look at this. Oh, sorry, my video is on half speed. Cool. Sorry, hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. That was a little loud for me. But yeah, that's creating a video. And then back to what I was saying, I'm going to show you guys some other features to use in the Flick Canvas besides just generation alone. So another thing is, again, you may have a lot of different nodes as you're developing your film, but we have our library tool right here with some helpful features. One of them is favoriting. So let's say I have like 20 different iterations of this one image, but this one's my favorite. I can favorite it here so that if I'm looking for it, it's maybe hard to find. I can go directly in library and locate it, and it'll pop up as selected in my canvas, which is helpful. Another thing is, let's say this image right here, I don't really want to keep it on my canvas, but I also don't want to delete it. I can archive it with the archive button, And then I can also just, it will delete from my canvas, but I can restore it anytime I'd like, and it'll pop up again. Cool. So another feature that we have is editing our video straight in our canvas. So if we go over to Video Editor, we can see our timeline pops up as well as our player. To add our videos to the editor, I'm gonna go to Add Timeline. And now we see that it pops up right in our timeline in our player. So from here, let's say I want to cut the clip short, end it right after he drinks a sip of coffee. I can select the video and then split it and delete. So I think this is pretty standard to many other video editors. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with that, but I can add other videos to my timeline, kind of rearrange them, edit them down, and then I can export it when I'm done. So Video Editor is also a great tool when you want to keep everything in Flick, not take it to a separate editor. One of the other things I wanted to show was getting inspiration from your films. So over here on this toolbar, it's going to take you to our film scene search. So this is an amazing tool because we have over 3.5 million scenes to take inspiration from all kinds of films, movies globally, lots of diversity in what you can choose from and take a look at. So you can see in our Explore page, lots of different options. If I want to search for a specific scene, I can do anything from dream worlds to romantic rain scenes. If I want to search for a specific film, I'm going to say the movie Parasite. I can search for it here. And we can see there's a lot of different still images from the movie. I'm going to say I'm liking how, let's take a look. I like how this composition looks. So when I click on the image, it's going to give me information about the movie, show me all the scenes from it. And then let's say I want to go to this one. A great resource we have is that it's going to give you a very descriptive description of the scene, as well as breaking it down into specific techniques, such as shot type, composition. And I really like how it's describing it here. So what I can do is just copy paste it directly into my prompts for my images, and I can take direct inspiration from the scene into my own images. I can also let's see. I can also add it directly into my canvas and use it as a reference when I'm creating my images. Right now, when I'm sharing screen, oh, here we go. Okay. So now we can see it's popped up in my canvas, and then I can edit my image and reference this one, and it'll reference our image and take the composition, the tone, lighting, all of that into consideration. Cool. So that's film scene inspiration. And then very last thing I want to show you guys very briefly is taking a look at our showroom. So if you've explored the Flick app before, you may have seen this, but our showroom is a great tool to get inspiration, see what other filmmakers are making on Flick. You start off with Editor's Choice, which is some films created by award-winning filmmakers, some from our own residency. I highly recommend you guys check these out. There's some amazing films. We also have our tutorials. And then once we have more features coming out as well, we'll post it here as well as on our YouTube channel, which you can take a look at. And then our community page where anyone on Flick can upload their own films, whether it's a 5-second clip or a complete short film. I really encourage you guys to check this out, as well as we'd love to see you upload your own creations onto it. Another thing from this community page is that when I click on a specific film that someone uploaded, I can directly get their workflow and clone it into my own project page. So their canvas now becomes my canvas, and I can directly see how they kind of organize their ideas, storyboarded, and I can see what kind of prompts they created, which is a really great tool, especially if you're first getting started with AI filmmaking. You can see what other professional and award-making filmmakers, how they're creating their own films right in their canvas. Yeah, that's kind of, again, very brief overview of how Flick works. I really hope that was helpful. Does anyone have any questions that I could answer? I can't see the chat, or actually, oh, I have it popped up right now. Anne said, is there a way to create a 3D video? What exactly do you mean by 3D?
So for example, the films that you need a VR or like AR headset to enjoy the film. Yeah.
I see. We don't have that feature now, but that's actually a really interesting feature that we definitely could consider in the future. I'll let my team know about that. That'll be really
Awesome,
cool.
awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And Elio, to answer your question, yeah, Zoe answered it in chat. Anyone else have any questions? Create a video from my own image. Yeah, so you can directly upload your own images, videos, audio, script, all of that with our upload button right here, and it'll pop right into your canvas. From there, if it's an image, then it'll pop up just like any other one of our images that we created, and then you can edit it, generate a video from it. How do style references work? So hopefully this answers your question. But with style references, we have our own images that we have provided for you guys. And then when the model is generating new images, it references these previous ones and then takes that into consideration when creating the style, which is why you can create your own styles on your own and apply it to your canvas because it's not really, I guess it takes directly from a specific image or a specific group of images to create that new style and applies it to your new images. Hopefully that makes sense, or that was kind of the direction of your question. And for credits, credits will, I believe, are on a monthly basis. So each month, if you're subscribed to a Flick plan, then your credits will reset with the amount that you're subscribing for. And another thing is make sure you join our Discord because you can get 10,000 free Flick credits to use for this hackathon, which is really great. Camera motion, depth of field, and lighting. Yeah, so another feature that I didn't explain before was if you want to create a video from your image, then you can use motion reference and then attach a video of, let's say, a video of you in real life moving, taking a sip of coffee. You can attach that as your motion reference, and then it'll create the video based on that motion, and then through your original image. Yeah. I clicked out of chat. Let me open it again. In terms of depth of field and lighting, I would say the best way to do that is to give a really descriptive rundown when you're prompting the image, as well as including different reference images, either from your own that you can upload into the canvas or from our film scenes inspiration. And I think it gives pretty accurate results through those ways, which is what I found most helpful. All right, any other questions? And of course, you can always message me or Zoe in the Discord, and we're happy to answer.
I think there are two more questions. One is whether the canvas can be private or it's public. And yeah.
Oh yeah, and Zoe said your video and canvas are completely private as long as you don't manually upload your video. So I hope that's helpful. Did I miss any other questions? Select what is in focus. Robin, do you mind explaining what exactly you mean by in focus? Depth of field. Again, I would say the easiest way to do that is directly prompting that and giving a good description of what exactly you want it to be focused on. And depth of field can be created within prompting your image. It's more of just how descriptive you're getting in the prompt, I'd say. Any other questions? Yes, there is a Flick Creator Program. Right now, if you go to our website, which is flick.art, and then go to our community tab, we have a Creator Partner Program page. This is an ongoing program. We also have our residency program, which is more of a seasonal program. And that one, the winner of the Flick Award is going to be invited to join our summer residency. So make sure you take a look at our website. We'll have more information on that, how to apply, what you get from the program. Those are really great opportunities to not only use Flick as your own on a creator, but then within a whole Flick community and gain additional support. Yeah, thank you so much, Elio. Robin, how about I think these are questions that me personally, to be transparent, I haven't explored yet. But I'm definitely going to take a look and I can reach out to you separately to let you know how the step to fields feature can work within creating your images, because I think that's a really good point and question you bring up. Okay, anyone else? All right, we'll end it for now. So I'm going to stop my share. Again, if you have more questions, we'll be in the Discord and you can reach out to us there. Yeah, I know we went over time a little bit, but thank you all so much for joining us. I really hope that was helpful. And I'm really excited to see what you guys create. And I'll also be at the in-person event in April, along with Zoe and Ray, our co-founders. So excited to see you there in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah and Zoe, and thank you everyone for coming to our events today. And we will put the records of the info session and also the Flick workshop to YouTube and send that link to our Discord channel, so you can also review that later. And thank you very much, and looking forward to everyone's amazing work. And thank you, Flick's support to our events. See you later.
You guys, thank you.
Thank you.